interesting chain of events today. Yesterday, Tori and I left our place and drove 4 hours to a large lake not too far off the north channel of Lake Huron. We're deep in the Algoma region, and we are here to look at a remote water access off-grid cabin that's basically in the bush. It's about a 23-kilometer boat ride just to get there. As you probably know, we have our 15-foot tinner with a 30 horse, which is a little sketchy to take out on the lake because we're getting like sustained 30-kilometer-hour winds, 68-kilometer-an-hour gusts today, and white caps. So just not a safe day, especially not in April when the water's really cold. So we are basically windbound right now. We're waiting out the wind. Our plan was to go camp on the lake. So we don't know if that's going to happen. We might end up just basically camping right here in this municipal parking lot. But that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. It's not time that dictates your travel. It's safety and the weather when you're doing stuff like this. And we definitely don't want to push it. It's also cold. It's snowing lightly right now, so yeah, especially with the kids, we don't want to do anything like that. But I think we're gonna have to get our hands on a larger boat. Okay, well, we are cooking up a tongue for dinner tonight. I was digging through the freezer a little bit, and I found we didn't eat this bison tongue. They're harvested in the Yukon. Still pretty windy, but starting to die down. And after waiting out the wind for the entire day and even trying to get out on the boat to see what we were dealing with, we just realized it was just way too dangerous. So we're making the best of it, and we just found a little spot that we can kind of just pull over and cook up dinner.
Yeah, you know what? This chair keeps rocking back. Oh! Was that yummy?
I didn't bite.
Okay.
Well, Tori's just putting the kids down, let's be honest. Tori and I are still waiting for this bison tongue to finish cooking. Once the kids get put down, we'll have a late dinner because this really have to kind of slow cook this piece of meat because it's like that thick. So I've never had bison tongue before, so this should be interesting. Oh yeah, look at that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think they cut it really thin. You're supposed to cut it really thin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're supposed to cut it really thin.
You're not a fan of it?
It's the texture for me.
Goes good with the broccoli.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty chewy though, eh? And then the inside are kind of jelly-like.
Yeah, the jelly-like is what gets me.
It is about time to turn in. It's a lot later than we realized. We cleaned up this little campsite here, and we're gonna go head in the tent. We have to be up tomorrow at about 6 a.m. We have about a half-hour boat ride to make it out to this camp, so fingers crossed that we like it. I don't know what we're gonna find there. I might be a little more excited about it than Tori. I'm not so sure yet, but we'll see. So yeah, should be a fun little adventure on the lake, and no waves today. It's always nice. You want me to put this camera in the water?
Using no drop.
Oh, I won't drop it in. Okay. made it to the place. Really beautiful boat ride out. Completely different than yesterday. The lake was like glass, just gorgeous. We're gonna jump out and check it out. It looks pretty good so far. Yeah, so double canoes. Wesley's gonna make the final decision. Oh. Franklin stove.
No, we're not going to take our jackets off, but it's not that warm in here.
So this is the composting toilet.
Okay.
This is cool, eh? This propane stove. What do you think of this place, Hudson?
This is my bedroom.
This is your bedroom?
Yeah.
I think maybe it's yours and Wesley's.
3 years ago?
Yeah. Give you some light.
Ooh. Careful, slow down.
Good morning, everybody. It is about 7:30 in the morning and we are jumping off on a 5-night trip here in the interior of Algonquin Park. We're heading for the Nipissing River. We're going to be in some pretty remote backcountry areas. We got my brother Ted with me, and we got Sean James of My Self-Reliance is going to be joining us at least for day 1 of this adventure. So yeah, we're super excited to jump off and do a little fishing. Wow, what a day. All the planning and prep, a lot goes into it. Sometimes you're like, why am I even doing this? Especially for the first trip of the year, but then you get on the water and you're just like, oh yeah, this is awesome. This is what it's all about. Really cool. Oh, we got a moose. Well, we made it to the first lake here. Man, what a beautiful day. Probably going to be the warmest day of the trip, but no wind in the forecast, so we might get hammered by blackflies. They're already starting to come out just as the day gets nicer. But yeah, we got to cross this lake, and then we got a long, windy, wiggly, twiggly river to follow. A couple portages until some big portaging starts to happen, and then we get into some really good trout water. So we're kind of going to push through this section and wait till we get to some better spots before we start fishing. Cool. Stay. 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 Oh, Jesus. How do they not trash themselves? Okay, first portage. Here we go. Short one. But I should have brought that plus in. Okay, back on the water after the first portage. Remember last time we didn't catch anything in the day. Sometimes it's bad though. If you catch something and it was a fluke, you just waste all your time there, you know? Come on, North, in the boat, in the boat. Good boy.
Back to the like breather line, puts it up, picture, whips it back in the lake.
Well, we have just been making our way downriver for several hours now. A couple beaver dams and a short portage, short, steep and muddy. And it looks like we are getting to Roseberry Lake here. So yeah, long paddle. Long windy paddle, but you know, enjoyable. Really nice day, and the bugs weren't bothering us too much. So now the hardcore portaging begins. Well, this is just like a little puddle hop here. There's just this small lake that we got to paddle across until the real portage starts. So that was just a little warm up. Now we have one that's getting close to a mile long. That was hard. That was hard. All right, last portage of the day done. Fairly late in the evening now. Now we have a couple kilometers to go to get to our campsite. So yeah, we're in another creek, and the creek we are on actually feeds this, but it loses water. So there's people just portage between the two, and actually there's a lot more water in this one than in the last one. Come on, take it. There it is. Yeah, oh, it's a trout. Lost it. Oh man, last cast here. Yep. Oh my God, are you kidding me? It got off. What is going on around these parts? Oh, are you kidding me? I want a dink. I'll take whatever at this point. Got one. Yes, on the board. That was in a perfect little trouty looking spot. I saw that spot. I'm like, I bet you there's a trout there. Look at these, how beautiful these fish are. Look at the colors. I see our campsite. Well, we've caught up with Sean and Callie, because that's our campsite there. Tarzan wasn't a ladies' man. He was just stone sitting around in some jungle scape. Dumb as an ape doing nothing. Well, Sean's at camp. He says he's caught a few fish. And good Lord, he's got a log cabin built too. Man, this guy's advanced. Look how fucking cool Sean looks, eh?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I bet you that's the one I just saw.
It landed 5.
You landed 5?
Wow.
Dude, that's amazing.
Feeding you guys. I'm gonna get some big
Right here, there's one. Woo! Look at the dick on this one. This is a nice one, dude. That's a good little bit of food, eh? Hell no.
You're like 2 lobsters.
Right. So the bugs aren't really that bad. Are you guys noticing this? I probably shouldn't have said anything.
They've had a few moments where you're like, oh, they're getting kind of bad, and then they sort of.
This is like, this could be way worse.
Here's the plates.
I thought for sure. I actually said to Nate 3 weeks ago, we went out canoeing on the Oxtongue River, and I said, we're going to get hammered on our trip for sure. Like,
Well, this is what happened to us at Lost Dog. I thought we were going to get killed. Remember, I slept in the tarp, and you guys are like, you're an idiot. And like, it wasn't even this bad.
yeah, they do actually. Yeah.
Oh man, it is, I didn't get that sunscreen around the base of my neck. Good Lord. My ginger. Yeah, so we just had a really nice fire, awesome meal. Sean cooked up some bear steaks. I cooked up a beef steak, and we enjoyed a lot of delicious fried brook trout, which is just awesome. It's always the first one of the year that tastes great. Mine got a little charred there on the skin, but man, was it ever good. Ted actually ended up catching a couple here and ended up out fishing me by the end of the day. Yeah, the fishing's just gonna get better from this point on. However, we're scared because we're feeling fairly broken. This is our like first big trip of the year. Ted's, you know, horribly out of shape with breadstick legs, and I could probably be pumped a little more legs myself too, because yeah, they're feeling a little tender. But really awesome to be at this site again. Really awesome to just hang out around the fire and just have a few laughs. And supposed to get some rain tonight and rain in the morning. So yeah, we're gonna say goodbye to Sean. Tomorrow Ted and I are gonna continue on dicks to the wind, right Ted?
Yeah.
Well, we have some rain this morning. It's let up a lot, but it's still coming down. Not too cold, but yeah, definitely, you know, mornings aren't warm at this time of year in general.
Safe travels.
Yeah, good luck. Okay, we are on the water. It's probably about 8:30, which isn't ideal because we really wanted an early start because we have a lot of portaging to do. I remember last time we did this river, we were like about broken and hypothermic when we got to camp. And today we have like an extra 5K to paddle and an extra 2-kilometer portage on top of that. We have some easy rapids today. Hopefully the water level is high enough that we can actually run them. And then I have 2 long stretches of rapids, including Allen's Rapids, which is a huge portage. So I'm hoping that maybe we can come up with a plan to try to not have to portage all of them. Anyways, it's pretty action-packed. Is that a beaver there? Okay, we are at the confluence here of Loontail Creek and the Nipissing. We made it to the Nipissing River, baby. Well, catching nothing but weeds here. This looks like a good spot. This is where Sean caught that big one yesterday. Looks like the day's getting a little nicer. The rain has stopped, actually, just stopped, but it's getting windy. Oh, should have just paddled up here. Of short rapids that hopefully we can run, and so we're just going to take a few casts here. That's what we just portage. Wonder if this is just a campsite so it gets picked at more here, you know? Beautiful white pines through here. Can you get through? Looks pretty taut. You think you can walk through there? Yeah. Well, there's a big log jam here, but it looks like there's a place we can kind of step out and drag the canoe under.
Drag it under? I don't think so.
Really?
No.
What, under that log right in front of us?
I don't know where to walk there.
I was saying I thought you could wade it underneath that log.
I don't know, it looks really deep.
Okay. Okay, one log jam out of the way. Well, definitely lower water than last time I ran this one. Ted's lining it because his boat doesn't have such a durable bottom. North, hey bud. North swimming out to me. It's okay, North. Come on, come here, North. Well, that was faster than the Portage, that's for sure. Okay, North, come on, in the boat.
And there's
In the boat, go on.
There's two
Go on, North.
portages before Highview Cabin, 30 and 60.
So we just keep going on as best as we can and we'll get there. Good boy, North. Yeah, got one. Well, not a beast, but I'm on the board with a beautiful little trout. Look at the colors, gorgeous. Dude, you gotta stick your hand through the gill.
I did, but its tooth, it shook and its tooth got me good.
Oh, that's a pretty good size, man. There it is, there it is. Another one. That's 3 here. Maybe I should have kept mine. That's a lot of fucking water in my boat. Front of the boat, front of the boat. Well, there's another one. Just past a good spot here, and we haven't been fishing for a while because we're trying to make time. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Ted's got one. Oh, I got a good one. Feels pretty decent. Yeah, good one. Yes, a good one. We're eating tonight. There we go. A huge minnow in it. Look at this huge minnow that was in it. Yeah. Woo, there's a ton in here, dude. Saw a bunch darting around. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Oh, nice. Ted's got one. I just let that one go. It was kind of a dink. Yeah, yep. Oh, just pounding them here, baby. Yeah, I just let my little one go. And I'm letting this one go too, so keep it. Because I think that's a little bigger than the one I just let go. Ted's got a big one. Lift it in, lift it in. Yes, Ted, good idea to stop here. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude. This one's no joke, buddy. This one is a good one. Oh no, it's not that good. Still decent. Yeah! Yes! That's a chunker. Here we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. Let me see what you got. Because like all these,
like this little one is so
dude, those are great.
Dude, this spot is the best spot yet.
Yeah, it's perfect.
If we mark it, because like if we come back here and the water's high, you won't even see this.
That's a rock there. Yep. Yeah, keeper. Running the rapids, catching a fish. Not a big one, but tasty. That's fun, eh? Running the rapids and then just catching one. Yeah, me and Ted are a little bummed that we have to rush through some of these honey holes here. Like this one, I run the rapid first catch, first cast, I'm on a fish. Now Ted's got one. Oh, just had a bite.
If we hurry up, we might be able to like take a few casts at the end of Allen more relaxed.
Right.
But I still don't think no matter what, it's gonna be relaxed. But if we can line, if we can wade, like we'll be fine.
Right, but we don't really know.
We don't know. If we can't, we're kind of f***ed, I think.
There's a huge leech right on the side of your fucking boat, just under your left hand. That's a gift, eh? A gift from the creator. Okay. All right. I think we just load up here and we just can run in line and wade the rest of the whole thing. So we're chancing it. We just put in below the chute there. There's the cabin. Looks like there's a fire going on in it. What's that?
Do you have a dog with you?
Yeah, yes. Well, no. But we're supposed to.
I thought he was a wolf.
Yeah. He does look like a wolf. We're at another rapid here. It's been a bit of a slog. And I remember this one being like a fucking waterfall. We camped here last time, but it looks just like a piss trickle here, so I'm just gonna risk it. I don't remember it being a waterfall, but I remember it being like substantial and like not something I wanted to run in this canoe. So we effectively skipped the portage, yeah! Well, it's 5:30 in the evening and we're just approaching Allen's Rapids, and our campsite isn't for 3 kilometers after it, and Allen's Rapids itself is a solid 2K. So we're gonna try to wade it because the portage is 2140 meters, and we probably wouldn't make it to camp if we had to do that. So fingers crossed the water levels and the conditions allow us just to wade it. Good boy, North. North has decided to swim alongside me. Good boy. Good boy. North, you're gonna run the rapid? Whoa! Dogs are just amazing. They just know how to front ferry naturally. So far, so good. I don't think Ted would want to do that with his. There'd be a hole in his canoe. But yeah, this Novacraft blue steel, man, it's like perfect for this trip. Oh, now it's getting too shallow. Ooh. I'm gonna have to get out here. I think it's safe to say we did it. We made it through Allen's Rapids. That's one of the largest consistent wades I've ever done. That was crazy. And there it is, our campsite. Oh, holy, this is slippery. That is a pretty darn good catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All good size. We just finished up a feast of trout. Ted made some noodles to go with it, which was good, and I just got totally stuffed. Speckled trout or brook trout is just the best tasting fish, so that's just such a treat, and we're super happy that we could load in despite the fact that we were worried, oh, we wouldn't get to fish and all that. So we caught a ton of fish. You know, nothing really too big to write home about, but there's still tomorrow, and at the end of the day we got as much as we wanted to eat, which is just freaking awesome. So very exciting. And yeah, we ended up being able to wade a bunch of the rapids, which made it so it was doable, and we made our distance today, which some people, if they looked at what we had to do, might have doubted us, including ourselves, but we did it. So tomorrow's actually going to be the hardest day of the trip by far. Off the hop, we have a large portage on the Nipissing, and then we're jumping off the Nipissing and a ton of portages, a string of big ones, including one that's about 2 miles long, to get back into Burnt Root Lake. So by the time we get there, we might be bleeding, all our clothes torn and crawling, but we're gonna do it. Ted just busted a huge fart in the background. Anyways, I'm gonna call the interview quits and crawl into bed. So tomorrow's another day. Night night. Morning sip of cowboy coffee. Chilly morning, but beautiful with fog and mist. But yeah, we're heading off of the Nipissing system, essentially crossing a height of land into the Petawawa system. This is called a breadless bacon sandwich. You don't get all the carbs from the bread. Well, North is just acting weird this morning and limping and wouldn't get up. I went over and fed him some bacon, and he seems to be in some pain and discomfort on his back leg. So I don't really know what happened. Maybe something yesterday. He seemed completely fine waiting, you know, along the rapids and stuff with us, but then after that he might have gotten tangled in some alder bushes or something. I don't know. Yeah, he's kind of whining a bit and stuff like that. So anyways, we're worried because we have so much portaging today, and it's like the worst day for him to get injured. So we're just gonna have to like help him in and out of the boat and slowly walk with him on the portage trail, maybe even carry him depending what he can do. But looks like his hip or something is sore. Well, North seems to be comfortable in the canoe, sitting and lying down, but sometimes when he's walking, you can tell that he's just in discomfort. So I'm just feeling super, super concerned about that. Like, stuff happens. I know it's not my fault. You know, it's not my fault. He's out here living the life most dogs only dream of, but at the same time I feel kind of like there's something I did or shouldn't have done, or when did it happen, you know. Definitely seemed to, whenever it happened, it didn't seem to be bothering him till hours and hours later, really the next morning. Beautiful morning though, everything would be pretty much perfect if it wasn't for that. Just making me feel stressed out, because I don't know, like, are we gonna have to carry him on the portages? Looks like we have a beauty day. Hasn't warmed up too much yet. Got nothing but blue skies over this way. Yeah, looks nice. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot though. Looks like a pretty sketchy takeout, dude. Maybe you should let me get out first. Stay. Maybe it's his front is hurting. Well, so far so good. North was able to walk that trail and down the steep hill. Even one time he kind of looked a little peppy, so I think it means that he's gonna walk. I just got to make sure that I'm just worried about him jumping in and out of the boat or just doing anything abrupt. So I'm gonna just keep bringing him in and out of the boat. So it's gonna take a bit more time, but he seems to be okay just walking slowly. Yeah, we're just jumping on what is a 1930 meter portage, so well over a mile, followed by a 435 meter by 75 meter, and then 1,285 meter. So we have stacked portages. I see water. I see water. Yes, baby. Yes. Still got to get the canoe. We've been leapfrogging. Canoe's about 400 meters back, and then we paddle 100 meters and start portaging again, but we just banged off 2K. It's taking longer than anticipated. The portage is right there. Son of a bee. All right. Got the Williams Nipigon on. Now Nipigon is Nipigon, like the lake. A lot of people call it Nipigon or Nipigon, which even though it's kind of spelt Nipigon, the actual name and what the locals call it is Nipigon. So I know if you have a problem dealing with that, you're gonna have to just suck it up. So I'm using the Williams Nipigon. See if it'll produce anything by the end of this lake. We pretty much did it. We made it through, geez, many kilometers of portaging, and we're at a campsite here before dark. There you go. Anyways, we didn't get a fish big enough to keep today. There's some in this lake here, so maybe we'll get one, but I haven't had much luck here before, so might be SOL. But anyway, it's gonna be nice to just you know, chill and get a good night's sleep. So anyways, yeah, gotta get everything out, get tent set up, get wood going and all that. So still plenty to do. I feel very sore, probably dehydrated, headachy, but we feel pretty freaking good. So cheers. Celebrate with a tabbed water that tastes like chlorine with a little bit of coffee grinds. See. Oh man, I'm sore. Well, we finally got around to making dinner. Yeah, I'm having a, what the hell are they called, Chad?
Norkit.
A Norkit? I don't know what it is, carbonara or something. There's way too much water in it. The recipe calls for some milk and some margarine. There's neither of those in it. And it's pretty good. Of course, I immediately started snacking on my lunch food and ate pretty much all my cashews for the rest of the trip. So I'm gonna have to just eat some toadstools or something one of these days for lunch. I just pinged popular YouTuber Xander Budnick on my InReach satellite texting device, and he's asking if we're gonna be at a particular lake tomorrow, and in fact we are. We're gonna be camping there, so it's looking like it might work out that we would meet up with Xander for the evening to fish. Hopefully we aren't as broken tomorrow as we are today, but I don't think we will be. We have a good distance to paddle tomorrow and hoping to potentially get into some lake trout, so I'm excited for that. Once again, I made my cowboy coffee in an Nalgene bottle. Give it a spin, a little whirl, like a rock guitar. That's what you want to do. Yeah. The exposed rocks there are sucker spawning activity. They spawn up to the jam. I saw a whole bunch as I was paddling in here. Interesting Beaver Dam activity here. Good boy. Oh my God. Pretty quiet, not a soul in sight. Looking for this jack wagon. Big lake we're on now. That was a tough portage, but it's looking like there's not much wind and it's cold, too cold for the black flies. Barely a ripple on the lake. Awesome conditions. About 14 kilometers to paddle now. Okay, well, we have reached the inflow of a river here. Pretty good fishing spot from our experience, and water's quite a bit lower this year at this time, so we might be able to paddle up this into the next lake, which is where we're going. Fingers crossed. I'm thinking probably I can creep up the side of this and then wade up the rapid and skip having to portage, but it's going to be hard. Hard to tell because of the current, but it seems like Ted's hooked into a pretty good one here, but he's fighting it upriver. It's an upriver battle. Oh, it's big. It's big. It's a brook trout. Stay calm, stay calm. I saw its tail. It looked like a really good sized fish, but Ted just got on a little honey hole. I was casting and wasn't having any luck because I was blocked by the tree. Well, Ted jumped out to this mid-rapid boulder and just smashed what looks like the best fish of the trip here for sure. Oh, it's a lake trout. No, it's a big brookie. It's a good size, dude. Yeah! 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 Oh, nice, bud! Nice. Woo! Landed it.
Hard jack to do it up the current. I can't believe I didn't lose it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. So we waded up this rapid, but Ted was hitting a bunch of small ones after he'd paddled the bulk of the current before he got out, and even got a keeper. So we walked back, and Ted just smashed a beauty. So we're just heading back to the boat, but yeah, we didn't want to give up on this spot yet, even though we got a long way to paddle still, and we got to meet up with Xander. But yeah, we're gonna have a good trout dinner tonight, so huge morale booster. And the whirlwind is in the thorn trees. Wow, paddling fast. I think I see Xander's fireplace. Looks like we got this lake to ourselves. Xander Budnick!
It's Xander Budnick! Whoa! Whoa! What are you guys doing out here? No way, bud.
I don't know, we weren't expecting to bump into you though. Oh man, I just lost one. Xander said he tried here for 15 minutes. And then I almost had one on my first cast, but I lost it and nobody believes me. By the way, Xander, North somehow trashed himself and he's really hurt. Yeah, we've been lifting him in and out of the boat. We think he like cracked a rib or hurt his back or something, man. Yeah, it's been pretty heartbreaking, to be honest with you. Yeah! Well, we didn't need to keep this one. It's kind of small. I'm gonna let it go. Well, we did it. The mission for the day has been accomplished. Catch a fish, do the portage, paddle the lakes, meet up with Xander Budnick at a beautiful spot. Awesome. Didn't see a soul all day. Nobody at any of the campsites. We have these last two large backcountry lakes all to ourselves. Pretty amazing. Hey Xander, which way are you going after this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Woo! In your face, Budnick. All right, well, time to go to camp. Beautiful, beautiful spot here. And caught 2 trout here. Both keepers, but one was particularly a beauty, but I threw them both back because we decided we have enough food to eat. Xander has a fish, me and Ted have 4, and one of them's a tank, so we're good. Okay, hi Xander.
Hello.
Hi. So we're here with Xander. Are you up on a hill there? You're a tall dude.
I'm almost as tall as you.
No, you're on a hill. I'm in a
You're
gully.
on a hill too, man.
I'm in a gully. How could we both be on hills?
Should we go on a flat
Yeah,
spot?
sure. Let's go other way. Let's see how that looks. No, down a little more. Down into the gully. Into the gully with you. There you go. That's more like it. Yeah, so we got Xander who met up with us. Super cool. Freaking unbelievable sight. And he's kind of just basically crossing paths with us in the truest sense of the word. We're heading a different way tomorrow and he's heading a different way, but we managed to meet up for the night. We got some fish to clean up and we're just gonna kick it by the fire and have a well-deserved sleep.
Are you guys both in the same tent?
Yeah,
No, you're not.
head to toe.
Shut up.
Good, dude. We both each have a full ground pad.
You're both in the tent.
Yeah.
I was there yesterday, man, early in the morning, and that is a distance away.
You think we're gonna make it?
Yeah, but it's gonna be an awful day of river paddling hard.
Dude, even the last day is gonna be hard, man.
That was good. Morning, Xander.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You have a good sleep?
That's great. Yeah, I drank a whole like half a liter of hot chocolate and passed right out.
Cool.
It's a miracle.
Well, we are all packed up. Xander just pushed off. It's about 7:45 in the morning right now. So I pulled out my InReach again this morning and turned it on just to shoot Tori a note to book North a vet appointment. And I saw a message from Tori come in that says, we got the camp in Northern Ontario. So that makes me very happy. I wasn't sure whether we were going to get it, whether all the stars would align, and all the other things we had to do, and everything to make it work, and documentation we had to get. But it looks like we have bought the place. So that is my announcement that I'm making now, is that our family has a cottage or a camp or a cabin, whatever you want to call it. They're all called different things depending what part of the country you live in, but in Northern Ontario they're called camps. And that's very much what this is, very off-grid, and a cabin in the woods, water access. It's pretty much my dream. Growing up at a water access cottage and spending much of my time there is really what connected me with nature and made me learn about boats and paddling and portaging and fishing and all the things that I do now. It just made such a difference to me. And although we live at what a lot of people would consider to be a cottage, you know, somewhere that's a little more remote, that's water access, is really important to me. And I'm really fulfilled because of what that is going to offer our kids. It's going to give our kids that experience. So yeah, I'm actually kind of getting a little emotional right now about it. And when I saw the text come in, I welled up and I gave Ted a big hug, and Ted was just like, okay. It's maybe a little bit awkward, but I don't care. Stay tuned for the Baird family's cabin adventures, which will be another whole big addition to my channel. Anyways, enough blabbing. I gotta get on the water and get moving. So here we go. Got one. Feels good. Oh no, it's decent. Yeah, first cast of the day, baby. Woo! In your faces. Oh my God, it's a slab. Holy crap. Ted just landed a tank. Oh my God, Ted's landed the biggest fish of the trip. Yeah, buddy, that one's bigger than the one yesterday. Nice. Well, not the tank that Ted just caught, but we're catching fish out here. Bye-bye. Just paddling right across the bay here, right across this lake to the next Portage trail. Super happy to report that North is just doing way better today. No pain, no whimpering. His back is an arch. We're pretty sure it's somehow he put out his back just goofing around. He just, you know, he's walking up hills, going up things and stepping over creeks. So we're trying to get him to go slow, but he just seems like he's doing way better. This is a beast of a portage. 1450 meters. A mile is 1600 meters. And it's pretty though. This just happened now. This just happened now.
Yeah, I didn't see this.
No, we just kicked up a moose. Fresh tracks here.
I saw some walking in, but I didn't see this many right here.
We didn't see them walking in, but like look at this. That too. So we didn't hear it, but we just kicked up a moose. Oh, poor puppy, sniff, sniff. Catch my motherfucking drift, bitch. It's motherfucking puppy, sniff, sniff. All right, we are heading upriver now for a very, very long way, but it feels good to get a beast of our portage, our last really big one, out of the way. Took a long time, but it's good to be done. Looks super fishy in here.
Yeah!
Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's a nice one. Trolling in the lake. You suck at holding fish, clearly.
Well, as you can see, Ted caught a nice one here trolling. So probably gonna keep that too, and another speckled trout dinner. That's what it's all about. Well, I don't know where the hell Ted is. We're both going the same way up a river. But he said he thought he heard a moose in the woods, in the bushes, which he probably did, because I saw North's nose going. That's Ted whistling. Well, Ted's still alive. I heard him whistling, telling me to wait up. Maybe just had to pull over and just, you know, whip out a batch or something, you know, you just relieve some steam, who knows. So you saw a baby moose?
Yeah, dude, I filmed.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Did you see the mom?
No, like it was calling because it probably thought we were its mom.
I wonder if that was the same area we saw the babies last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so awesome, dude.
Here, thanks for this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that's good.
Chili bum bum. I should probably throw them on before I get the hypothermia. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should we keep this?
Yeah.
Double header. Woo! Well, we managed to skip the portage again, going upriver, basically wading and tracking and hauling up this waterfall. This is actually the remains of an old logging dam, and we were able to just haul right up it. And I left North in the boat because I don't want him running around on shore and worsening his injury, but he looks like he's doing a lot better, which is relieving. Anyways, we have a ways more to wade, and then a bit of paddling. We're gonna be hard pressed to make it to where we need to make it tonight, so fingers crossed. Oh my God, that was insane. Me and Ted just waded the boat up a freaking 500-meter stretch of rapids, and a few times it looked sketchy and we're like, what are we doing? That was advanced. That was an advanced level maneuver. I don't recommend doing that. We got into it and then we're just like, oh my God, this is way further. And I got my sleeve wet right at the end. Anywho, that was crazy. Pants are like, I was wading up you know, dick deep, beyond dick deep, we'll call it, a few times. And I had to do it with North in the boat because I didn't want North to be, you know, running along shore. It's made it that much harder. So that was just insane. That we were not expecting that. That took like way longer than anticipated. Yeah, it's just so fast, deep in places. So we're going to have to come up with another plan and just maybe leave more paddling for tomorrow. We'll see. This cabin was part of the old farm or homestead that used to be here. The old axe chops in here that were used to hew these logs. And then, would appear for a long time, passers-by here on the canoe route would carve their name into it until it pretty much fell down. 1960, it says. This log was probably not always upside down. Wow. Pretty good. So good. They're like the best ones yet, I think.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just got this smoke flavor that's just dynamite.
Big one tastes phenomenal. Eh? Big one tastes way smokier.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. Smoky flavor is so good.
If everything's perfect, we get out of here, I make it home, and I have dinner of trout for Tori and the kids, and wish her a happy Mother's Day. So that'll be the quest for tomorrow. Anyways, time to go to bed. I'm real tired. And the scene you've all been waiting for. Jim Baird eats porridge for 5 minutes.
Oh boy. Mmm.
We don't have a choice but to make it out of here today. So, you know, up at 5. Probably didn't really get out of the tent till about 1/4 after a little snoozing, you know, let's be honest. And yeah, beauty freaking morning. Guess the rain kind of came all yesterday afternoon and evening, and it is blue skies. Few clouds, but nothing much. Not too hot, not too cold. Loving it. Good day to paddle and portage endlessly. So far, not so good. God damn these beaver dams! Oh my God, these beaver dams are proving to be harder than anticipated. Yeah! Essentially, we're getting back onto the route we came in on to get back to our truck. So we're gonna have first portage of our trip is also going to be the last. It's been pretty cool. We've been, you know, hanging out with Xander, starting the trip with Sean, just me and Ted for a few days, and the scare of North's injury just seemed really bad, but now we feel just elated that he seems to be doing much better. Like maybe he's put his back out and it popped back in or something like that. So that's just a huge relief. And just having this really challenging route to do and being worried we weren't going to have enough time to catch any fish, to just having a bunch of delicious speckled trout dinners, all that we wanted to eat and more. It's just been really freaking awesome. So definitely a good test too as well. Like this is my first canoe trip of the season, and you know, some of the portaging and paddling muscles haven't been worked too much in a while, so I was feeling it earlier in the trip, but great way to get you back into the swing of things, great exercise. And yeah, got another trip that I'm jumping off on in just a few days after this. It's going to be more challenging and more terrifying as well, so it's going to be a big year of adventures. Listen to the peepers. I see the parking area and the forest access road where we began our canoeing fishing trip. And absolute marathon today. Just upriver endlessly. So it feels good that we got her done. Just in the nick too. Just in the nick. Okay, we are on the road and we are at the next stage of the interesting logistical cluster F, we'll call it. What's another word for cluster F, Mother?
CF. This seat and that seat, we never use them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what they're
Making a bow rider, yeah.
Like
We got a boat. We got a boat. Good job. You see our new boat, Hudson? Look at our new boat. Look, this is our boat. You like it? You wanna go in there? What do you think, bud?
Hi.
Too high? Come on, jump. What? Jump. Ah.
I can't see
what's in this guy. I love this guy. Ready? Max Budnick brings his backcountry skills and smoldering eyes to the table.
And I'm pumped for this trip. This is gonna be fun, man. Got a good crew here. The weather's looking great, and man, Dog River's gonna be a blast. Plus Lake Superior too. You can't beat the greatest Great Lake.
Okay everyone, just about to jump off on a big trip. We are at Naturally Superior Adventures here, an outfitter in Michipicoten, Ontario, and they're giving us a shuttle on a forest access road to the put-in for the Dog River. We got Max Budnick, Xander Budnick, Brad Jennings of Explore the Backcountry, my brother Ted, and Cam out here, Brad's buddy, and we are super pumped for this trip, but also feeling a little scared because the Dog River is a super advanced, in fact, expert level whitewater river.
I am terrified for my life.
It's considered to be the maximum of what is possible to paddle in a canoe without having to use a whitewater kayak. So we're super excited about it, feeling scared. And also we have Lake Superior to paddle, a long stretch of the coast of Lake Superior where you can get windbound for days. And there is some wind in the forecast too. So we have some challenges in front of us. And now we have about an hour and 15-minute drive to our jumping off point. So here we go, another awesome trip coming up. Can't wait.
What's up, Jim?
We're going canoeing. We just saw a big old, it was big for a lynx for sure.
Pretty cool.
That's like a small mountain lion.
Okay, we're not all sure. We think we saw a lynx, but we're not all in agreement. And maybe we just put in here.
And then run the rapid?
Yeah. We're there. Woo!
Yeah! Sally! Wicked.
Just gonna put Max on my thumbnail.
Oh man.
Let's get a lot of the ladies.
Shirts off.
Well, I'm definitely trimmed a little stern heavy, hard because it's a bit of a shorter trip and I don't have as much weight to put in the bow. And look at that, we're starting off with a rapid. Yeah, this the Dog River is just a crazy whitewater river. Me and Ted paddled it about 16 years ago and it was terrifying. We have about 4K of flat water paddling until we get into the serious whitewater section, and then it's going to be crazy for about 5 days. We won't be able to make it very far each day just because of all this scouting, lining, portaging of rapids, and then after that we get onto the Lake Superior coast. Yeah, so we just jumped out and took a quick scout at this because we know there is a doozy of a rapid coming up before too long. So we wanted to make sure this was not it, which it looks like will be good to run this one. It's like a class 2, which means, essentially means like pretty easy, but not like really easy. So you gotta be careful.
Time to get into it.
If it's not. Yeah! Woo! Portage on river left 150. They said it was just a rock garden.
Where's that?
It's right at the power line, which is
here.
Yeah, they said it's a rock garden. I mean, we could potentially run it. Like, things seem pretty good because their note said this was a boulder bash.
Right.
So it could be higher for us.
This is. I think we're hitting this at like fucking perfect levels so far, boys.
Yeah.
So this is a show here. You don't have to run it. You can kind of get up to the island and like drag over.
This is this show I think that I got blown up in here.
Yeah. So like I think that you can run it like this.
Coming this way. It's 2+.
This way. Like,
then you hop an island. Then there's a 3+, 4+ over here. And there's a bunch of falls.
Then you get into it. But this is like the last rapid before you really get into it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's pretty intense. But you don't run it, and there's a good place to camp there. We might make it a little further,
3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 7K from now.
Yeah. So you know.
And it's 3, so we could probably make it down there by like.
We'll see how everybody feels. Personally, it's just whatever everybody else wants to do. You know.
Yep.
Best part about being a woman is a prerogative to have a little fun. Oh, totally crazy. You got any bites yet, Xander? Somewhat.
I haven't seen a single fish in the river either.
We came down a really nice little meandering stretch with some big rocky outcrops and ran a few more pretty easy rapids. And we're heading for a place that Ted and I actually have camped in the past. It's a nice site, but to get there, you gotta deal with some challenging whitewater. So we're still not gonna get off easy today, but within the next few clicks, we should be making a place to camp. And just fingers crossed that we get into some fish when we're there, because I have a steak tonight, but it's not that big. I could use some fish too. Well, that was pretty cool. Just got a good look at moose, cow, and calf. But unfortunately, I couldn't film it as well as I should have, because as soon as I stopped, that wind just weather vaned me and pointed me backwards. But I got a great shot of the little calf there following its mom into the bush, and I saw him going up the hill. I was trying to tell these guys, but I didn't want to yell and say moose and scare it, and it was just too darn windy for them to hear me trying to tell them. But that's neat, actually. They saw a moose cow already that I missed, so I guess we're even now. But pretty nice. We just paddled past a beautiful stretch of cliffs as well, and we're nearing an intense rapid where we're probably going to camp tonight. A little rapid here. We run in a lot of smaller rapids. This one looks a little tricky. There's a big rapid over here, eh? Well, that was pretty fun. First rapid that posed a little bit of challenge of this trip. Just kind of like a hole you got to bomb through, and everybody nailed it. Yeah, okay, so this part is where you have to do a tight eddy out on the river right, so you can see the lower part down there. I don't know where we scouted from. It doesn't look like there's a lot of places to pull over, so we might want to scout. Yeah. Oh, it looks
boulder strewing, eh? Yeah, let's scout it, just not to be stupid. Technical rapid, not like big water as in big wave, but technical as in narrow slot canyon, boulders to dodge. Super fun. And this is right around where we're camping too. And there's the campsite. Well, that was super fun. What a fun way to end the day. Woo! Now all we need is a fish. I slept in this morning. I think I was the last to wake up, even though I was the one trying to get everyone to wake up earlier last night. But yeah, I guess with just the white noise of the rapids, it's hard to hear anyone milling around. So I didn't get up till like 7:45, which is like a record for me in lateness of getting up. Before too long, I'll be pounding my oatmeal, because it's oatmeal or no meal out here. And we'll be on the water, and immediately we have what looks like a raging rapid. So I'm kind of scared, kind of excited. Might be a portage, but we'll have to wait and find out.
Boat, get it all ready to go, we'll tie it up, and then we'll watch Max do some marbles.
Alright, let's see it. Oh, he's going so slow. Yeah.
Oh! Forward, paddle forward, paddle forward! Oh! Well, he dumped on the second one, but he sure gave her. And made the first waterfall look easy, so pretty awesome. Well, we're just pulling up to the next rapid here, and it looks shorter than anticipated. Maybe it was the next one down we were looking at with the drone, though.
No, I think it's this
Is it? So we're gonna go scout it out. There's a nice little spot here on the island just above the rapid where we can pull over. Okay, so I'm gonna run this sucker. It's a bouldery rapid, and so it looks like I'm gonna kind of have to bomb over some rocks out there. More water in there than it looked like, eh? Well, we are now at the brink of a waterfall that looks like it's probably 30 feet high or something like that, maybe more. Looks really impressive. These guys are gonna jump out and go check out, see if there's any semblance of a trail, semblance, whatever. I'm pretty sure Ted and I remember now we portaged on the left side. Brad has some river notes that says the right's better, so who knows, but yeah, maybe either side, maybe there's no trail anywhere. We don't know. This river has not traveled much and it's only really traveled in the spring, so I remember there just being no takeout. What does that look like, Xander?
Yeah, boys.
You see the trail? Okay. Looks pretty fresh, eh? Whoa, cool falls. I'm about to run a class 4 and I'm feeling pretty nervous because it's pretty intense, a lot of boiling current and stuff like that, so I might dump.
Red just nailed it. Perfect run. Beauty.
Xander, thoughts?
It was fine. I'm happy I did it. Yeah, there's no like real risk of like injury, so I thought it would be fine. And
in some people's minds there may be, but not in Xander's. Fun as hell. I'm like the group's guinea pig. I go first and then they decide what they want to do. It's an honor. Yeah! Yeah! That's what you call a portage. Well, we've done some investigation and no way this can be run. It's just like a quintessential boulder garden with no route down whatsoever. But I'm going to try to sneak along the shore and catch an eddy before the rapid starts, and that'll save me from having to bushwhack portage quite a distance. Well, there's basically no trail here. That was hard. Well, it turns out I found the perfect line when I got into it.
Hold on to Xander and then hold on to me.
You could not see the fucking. You guys hit the line. You just whole you.
Yeah, the whole.
You can see it once you get into it, and then you're like, there it is, and then you know.
Too much into the hole. Honestly, there was a bit better of a tongue, a little more right of me.
Well, that was a bit of action for the day.
Action Jackson! Look how gorgeous this is here, eh?
I think this is the campsite.
Oh yeah? You wanna go check it out? You know? The water, it's a chute.
Rehydrated a chicken chili, and I'm turning it into burritos. This is one of my favorites.
Once again, that looks far better than what I've brought.
It's just a red lentil curry, and I'm eating it on a naan bread. So it's got lentils and it's got rice and all sorts of good stuff. Nice and filling.
Nice.
Here you can see it there.
Oh yeah, and Brad, Chef Boyardee over here, is doing it up proper.
You gotta eat good in the bush.
Put some tomato sauce on. It's actually canned tomato sauce, but I took it out of the can and put it into this for some reason.
Yeah, no, that's
This is fucking delicious, guys. Like, I don't know.
Joining Jim for a regular everyday mukbang. It was wonderful. Breaking camp slow, taking our time to just like actually scout and just like bomb those wicked sets of rapids.
Yeah, without
So
feeling
much
pressured or rushed, it was just fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I think we called camp at a good time. Like we're definitely a little early. If we could do 2 more rapids, maybe that would have been perfect. Even just 1, but like, I would. Yeah, no, it was good.
What was the rapid of the day? That triple drop?
Triple drop.
Triple drop?
Yeah, for sure.
Triple drop.
No doubt.
That was the bomb, man.
Everybody nailed it too, eh?
It might be a tie with that little one.
Got a bite! Got one over here, Tad. I think it's a walleye.
Yeah, it's a bass.
Smallmouth bass.
Woohoo!
It's like a 1 pound smallie.
First
There are fish in here.
Yep.
Good morning.
Right now, you're witnessing yet another riveting Jim Baird oatmeal scene. Today, we have a day that is going to be dominated by consistent whitewater. If you just look at the map, it basically looks like we're following a train track, because everywhere where there's a rapid mark, there's a couple bars, longer rapids, multiple bars, and there's so many of them that it just looks like we're following a train track. So that's interesting. Hopefully there should be a lot of like fun runnable rapids, but there's going to be definitely more portaging than yesterday too, including some portages that are getting to be on the long side. Cowboy coffee is good. A little chewy, but good. Xander, do you have any thoughts?
No, not much going on today.
Thank you.
Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me.
Dog River, day 3, pushing off. We got a little ledge to run here. And there is a blind corner. So yeah, just scouting this rapid and it looks manageable. Definitely some boulder dodging, so I'm gonna stay right at the top, then get left, but then it peels around on a tight right-hand corner. So I should get out and go and scout it and just make sure there's nothing sketchy, you know, a ledge or something right around that corner. You always want to be careful for blind corners, but it looks like we have a runnable rapid here, which is exciting. So here's what's around the next corner. This and another blind corner. The walk continues. So you could come along here and just miss it there, or you could bomb over the waves. Yeah! Okay, well, we're heading back to the canoes and we're all gonna run it. So here we go, baby. Looks like a fun run. Nothing too crazy. Some big waves, some boulder dodging. And yeah, should be no problem. Famous last words, I know. Well, you guys, my knees hurt, so I'm going first. That was easy, eh?
Yeah, that was fun.
Did you guys bomb the big waves at the end?
No.
No?
I asked him, you want to go stay wet or
I
stay dry?
bombed him. I think it looks pretty dangerous. You could get, yeah. All my bags are packed, ready to go. This is kind of a tricky put in. Brad and Cam actually dumped trying to eddy in here. This one's a pretty big drop here. Perfect. Had to do a brace, but I was coming in on a weird angle.
And it was a lot of fun. Well, coming up we have a class 5. So that's gonna be a portage. Pretty long one too. That was just a fun little drop. But unfortunately where I pulled over was in a tricky spot. I was kind of blocked by a tree and some rocks. It was deep and it was close to the ledge. So I kind of had to come in sideways and spin, which made things more interesting because I had to do a couple of braces and took in some water, but definitely more action packed because I didn't feel like wading back up river. So yeah, beautiful day, but man, it's hot in this dry suit. Thing is, the water is freezing cold, so if you were to swim, you could still get hypothermia pretty quick. Well, we are at this beautiful, beautiful lunch spot. Just portaged around a 3 ledge set that I'd say good chance the bottom 2 would be runnable. But we just kind of decided it's a pretty short portage, and when you're in a remoter location like we are here, sometimes it's better to just not mess around too much. We want to push ourselves and raise the bar, but we don't want to do anything that's, you know, that we don't need to do when we're so far away from the closest road. Because we're far, eh, Brad? Like this is miles and miles from the closest road. Yeah, and then yeah, so it's like 30K probably, and then the Paint Lake Road, you have to walk all the way up river, and then you'd be, you know, and then what the fuck's on the Paint Lake Road? No cell reception.
You gotta walk on the Paint Lake Road for like another 15, 20, 30 kilometers.
Yeah.
It's like you're here by yourself. That's it. You gotta rely on yourself out here.
Class 4 anyway, so we're, you know, essentially we're not really running much over a class 3 out here, except if there's something really short. So yeah, it looks like we have another couple more ledges to go today. Maybe a carryover, maybe we'll run something that we shouldn't after that speech, who knows? Class 2 plus. Well, nailed the rapid, that's good. Max and Ted ran it too, and Brad and Cam's boat, portage, as well as Xander's short portage. They weren't in the mood for anything too bouldery today. So anyways, yeah, we're through it. Fun run, so that was awesome. Here we go. This one's pretty straightforward, but then there's just like a cliff rock face I have to dodge. These last 2 were down as 2 pluses.
Yeah, but the first one was probably more like a 3.
But maybe what in higher water it would have been easier.
This one was a 2.
Yeah. Woo! That last one was fun, eh?
Yeah.
At first I'm like, is that a rock or a fucking wave?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just a glassy wave. The first one, there's some fuckery, yeah, on the first one. Yeah, that was weird.
Well, we glided over something on the lip.
That was kind of weird and sketchy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going, bud.
Fuck Nova Craft, eh?
Man, honestly, if you come anywhere in here too,
Yeah.
like you're gonna bump through it. If you still, you're gonna be locked on and it's not.
Well, we all made it down the rapid with the open side of our canoes up, so that's good. And it's getting a little later in the day. There's another big rapid up there. We're gonna go check it out, but it's probably gonna be a Portage.
How you doing, Xander?
Good, man. Actually, great. Great. A little tired from lack of sleep, but man, today was amazing. And I just decided to not even think about this last one, just poured it. My brain's turning off, but today was amazing.
Easiest portage of the trip, eh?
Yeah, it was.
Well, that is the last obstruction of the day. Me and Ted lined it. Max ran it. I could have run it actually, but it was very, very rocky. So yeah, these last couple obstructions haven't been as demanding and time consuming as we thought they were going to be, which is always nice. We were able to run one and easy portage lining, running the second one if you're Max. Well, we are just at the brink of a waterfall here. That's where our campsite is, but I think it's at the bottom of the trail, eh guys? Okay, so there's one at the top, one at the bottom. Let's hope the one at the top is the one.
Rain and thunder till 3, and then it should clear up by 1.
Till 8. Yeah, so it's gonna rain at night, eh?
So we're sleeping in!
Well, that's what happens when you look too far ahead. Look how obvious that is. Oh, this is the ledge me and Ted dumped on. Things are getting a little more interesting here in River City. Okay, so we got to what's marked as a class 4 on some river notes we have, and we decided that, you know what, the water level is probably a little low. There's some rocks, some big holes, and so for our setup we decided to just take what's likely the quicker option and line the top of it, and then 2-3-man carry right around to the bottom. Not very far, quicker, faster than portaging, and you know, maybe even faster than running it because of the amount of time it would take to scout and all that stuff too. So yeah, we just lined around the top there into this eddy and then just carried over the boulders and sort of carried and slid it across these slick rocks right to the end, no problem. And a couple guys are grabbing a little bite to eat, and we're gonna jump in the water and head to the next rapid. Actually not a bad day, to be honest with you. The rain buggered off, still a headwind, which really messed up Ted and Max and almost me on that ledge we ran back there. But it's not blazing hot, which is actually nice when you're, you know, suited up in a dry suit and you got a portage in that. So anyways, yeah, we're just making our way along one thing at a time, trying not to rush, trying to stay safe, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll have made our distance. We'll see. Here's we have another ledge. Basically just like little waterfalls we're running on this thing. Did not go as planned. I got a little too aggressive, a little too much confidence. I've been nailing these runs, and I just basically bombed into a hole and hit a rock that flipped me. That I just wasn't prepared for, and by the time I went to brace, it was all too late. I thought I was going to be good to go. But anyways, yeah, a little bit of a humbling experience, but all is well. I've totally redeemed myself.
Sorry, stay left at the top?
Yeah, that's the part you can't see. It looks like it's, if you hit it right at the top, you just go into all these boils, but the left just pushes right through. Fun. Solid run by Xander. We just ran the rapid upriver and came right around the corner, and there's a big waterfall. Mist coming up, thunder. That's why you don't want to dump. You got to be careful about what's below you.
bill that had everything, that would be my video. And now, for
oh
my
man,
bill.
that's way too much water. I gotta put back this whole pot of pasta because apparently there's nary a fish to be caught on the Dog River. I'm gonna finish up my pot of, I don't know what the hell it is, some sort of creamy noodles. It's not particularly inspiring. I'm gonna finish it up and climb in the tent for yet another well-deserved sleep.
I'm a tit shivery this morning, Brad.
We have to immediately jump into like a class 3 rapid.
Be running this stuff, heady hopping, and hopefully not get sent down the falls.
Too far left, there's a rock! I'm gonna go scout. Yeah, there's another ledge like right there. I mean, maybe stay there. I gotta go scout it. That's what we were at the brink of right here. Okay, well, we have found ourselves in a bit of an interesting situation. We're essentially stuck in a canyon. We portage into it and we have an obstruction, a tricky class 2 that is right at the brink of a death waterfall. If we try to portage up on the other side, it's like a literal mountain climb that would take all day. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna try to paddle over to the other side and Ted's gonna catch me. Oh, actually.
This is clearly what everyone does.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull you up to this rock.
Well, that worked out pretty good. I was essentially kind of on the wrong side of the river, although to catch the eddy back on the side where I came from, it made sense to cross. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, essentially I paddled across, caught a little eddy, and it was actually shallow enough there for me to jump out. So in the end, you know, not a big deal, not a super fancy maneuver, but when you have this just downriver, a matter of, you know, 30 feet downriver, if that, things get a little more high stakes. And we don't want to die. It's not us. More durable, but heavier. some more interesting stuff. Perfect run. Feel real good about that. Well, that's probably the last big rapid of the trip, so thanks to Max. I don't know if we would have run that one, but he said let's do it. I said okay, I'll do it if you do it, and he even went first, took the honors, nailed it. So yeah, I feel great about that. The big hole at the end, I just pushed right over it, no issue. Came in on the right side of it, but that's a solid class 4. Coming up, we got another couple rapids and then a massive portage. So with any luck, we will make it to Lake Superior today, but it's gonna be well earned if and when we do. Then we have a whole new beast to tackle, Gitchagumi. Massive lake, the biggest freshwater lake in the world by surface area, and it can throw up some big breakers. So we're gonna have to cast our schedules to the wind. When the winds are down, we paddle, and that's basically the MO for Lake Superior. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We still got a lot of Dog River ahead of us and a beautiful fall, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, having a blast out here. Great way to end this little stretch of whitewater. What can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea. What a beautiful day. Beautiful stretch of whitewater in front of me. Not too hard, not too easy. Oh man, we're there. We're at Denison Falls. Woo! It's a crazy portal to the falls. Very, very tight. If you were to go down there, you get very, 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 very hurt.
Very dead, Jim.
Ooh, fiddleheads.
I just walked in front of the main drop of the falls, which is a pretty sketchy part, and now we have what is a very interesting put in here. There's a bit of a traffic jam of canoes because we can only really put in realistically one at a time. The trail goes like this and ends in a sheer cliff that drops right down into an eddy below where I think there is some current. So we're essentially gonna have to lower the canoe and gear down this cliff with ropes. Very interesting. But if we finish this, we should be getting to camp before dark. Who knows, maybe with enough time to catch a fish, but it's gotta be 6:37 right now. I can see the sun going down. So we don't wanna push this part. We don't wanna hurry because that's dangerous, but we kinda wanna hurry a bit. No dilly-dally. And this is the put-in. Right down there and then off of a sheer cliff.
You can stay out of the way just in case it starts barreling down, right? like that, watch it! Wow. Throw rope broke.
This thing might not float.
Really?
It's gonna take a hell of a lot of duct tape.
He says it's gonna take a lot of duct tape.
Who's next?
So yeah, we're just stopped here at Denison Falls, mid Portage Trail, and it's just like, I don't know, really cool like feeling this falls is giving me. It's just like almost relaxing, but yet so powerful, like just such an awesome sight to see. And so we all threw our bags off on this tough portage and walked along the rocks beside the falls and just kind of took it all in. There's actually another great vantage point from down below, and the falls even drops down more, but this is the main brunt of it here. So pretty freaking special spot, but we still got a lot of portaging left in front of us. Bye-bye, Denison Falls! You're a beautiful but cruel mistress. Well, I think it is safe to say that we survived the Dog River. We are at the mouth. All the rapids and falls are behind us, and I am just pulling up to a big sandbar on mighty Lake Superior, and look, I see a bald eagle. Unbelievable. It's a beautiful evening, and tomorrow we will tackle a long paddle on the world's largest freshwater lake by surface area. What an adventure down the Dog, but we're definitely not home free yet. Wow, it's beautiful. Lake Superior. Well, I probably should be setting up my tent and collecting firewood. However, it's kind of prime fishing right now, and it would be really nice to have some fish to fry up. So I'm gonna walk over to the mouth here and take a few casts.
I solemnly declare that this is the finest group of men ever.
Oh, really? What do you think?
Yeah.
I haven't had them before.
Nailed some butter.
Nailed the cooking.
Yeah.
A bunch of butter. What time of year are they usually available?
Spring, dude.
Right now.
Spring? Because they're ferns.
Yeah. They're ostrich ferns.
They're ferns. And that's like the fern unraveling.
Yeah, it's the ostrich ferns.
Wow, Jim, that was awesome, man.
Only ostrich ferns,
You
too.
gotta watch that now, man.
Well, today was a pretty epic day. Bombing pretty much class 4 rapids, eddying out at the brink of waterfalls, lining rushing boulder-strewn channels to portaging on slippery rocks around thundering giant waterfalls in the wilderness, floating down miles upon miles of swift current with rapids, and getting to Lake Superior to find what is a perfect campsite. All pretty special, but I have to say that Denison Falls definitely takes the cake. Apparently it's only about 30 feet shorter than Niagara. What an epic spectacle, and it's really cool that it's still in a remote, hard to reach place. I'm gonna just finish up this meal, which to be honest with you isn't very good, and turn in for yet another well-deserved sleep. Dude, that's huge. That's a good size. Nice, good size for sure.
Wait 3 seconds.
Oh, Trout's got one too. It's a mayhead.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, there's a huge one right. Oh, he's attacking it. Dude, they're attacking each other. Okay.
Fill her up. Xander's been out here, smashed a lake trout, which made me naturally extremely jealous. And yeah, beautiful campsite. Switched to double blade for Lake Superior, and looking forward to what the day has to hold. Looks like a good eating size.
Should I keep it?
Sure. Steelhead, yeah!
Is that good? Is that
Dude,
good?
that's wicked,
Oh,
man.
great.
That's an anadromous. Yo, it's a steelhead. They call it salmon trout. Okay, got something on here. Feels like a decent size. Interested to see what she is. Oh, it's a lake trout.
Jim's got a lake trout. Nice.
Yes, I'll take it.
Look at that. Nice fish, man. Woo!
There we go. Laker, that is a great eating size fish right there. Wow, just beautiful white sand beaches. A lot of little protected bays to duck into. Just smooth rocks, patches of rugged rocks. This ice scoured Canadian Shield country at its finest. Xander's got a laker. Nice laker. Woo! Nice one. Should I keep? Okay, and there it is. Nice fish. I have what feels like a real big lake trout on here. Hey Ted! It's fucking big! Another lake trout. Man, these things are just smashing the Williams spoon. Another nice one. Got another one! Oh, this one's a pretty decent size. Yeah. There we go. Okay, well, we're gonna pull over and have a little shore lunch here. I am a Midwest farmer. I make a living off the land. I drive a John Deere tractor. I'm a liberated man. Perfect. Well, hot. Delicious shore lunch here, guys. This is fresh caught Lake Superior northern pike from the spring too, when it tastes the best. Fried up over an open fire. I've actually been using lard lately as opposed to cooking oil. It's lighter, it doesn't spill anywhere, and it's actually a whole food, so it's probably better for you.
and pretty much the same results. So definitely the same results. Okay, we're back on mighty Lake Superior after one of the most epic shore lunches of my entire career. Okay, well, we made it to camp with some sunlight to spare. We're out of the wind in the lee of this big whaleback island. And we know we're camping in this area. There's a river, the Door River, coming in here. Beautiful waterfall in the canyon. And we can either camp here or over there. This is the last campsite of the trip. We're gonna head off tomorrow in rain and headwinds to finish it off. We have about 10K left, which will likely take us about 3 hours. Yeah, it's been a great year since the snow melted already. Been out in the backcountry with Ted. Been doing this trip as well after the trout fishing Algonquin trip. Now whitewater. Got to get in my whitewater and trout fishing trips in the spring, and I think I've knocked it out of the park this time. So when I get back home, I can't wait to spend a ton of family time with Tori and the kids. We're gonna go stay at our new cabin for, you know, a couple weeks at least, and just enjoy it. Do some trips in the area. We might do some work on it, and then July, Ted and I take off to go to the Arctic. So what an adventure this has been. Unreal. And it's just so cool to go and visit the same spot 16 years later. Ted and I actually took a picture of ourselves in front of Denison Falls, standing roughly the same spot we did 16 years ago when the two of us paddled this river. So it's just really special to get out here and experience with my brother, and all these guys have just been great. All experienced wilderness travelers, whitewater paddlers, so really awesome crew. And yeah, feeling a little sore. Oh, this is not an easy trip, man. My trips this year have been pretty hard, but I feel good. So till the next one.
I was like just blown away with how absolutely spectacular Denison Falls was, man.
Yeah, I don't even remember it being that good.
It was
so good.
It was amazing. I can't think of a waterfall in my life that's more beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me
and I don't want to
find the other trail that missed it.
Yeah. I don't want to be like it's the most beautiful waterfall I've ever seen, because like I don't know. I hate saying that, but it's holy shit. That's,
the ones that I've personally seen.
Insane.
Also because of where it is too, right? Like Niagara is epic, but there's like shadows of casinos on it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You're right. They should put a casino in Denison Falls.
You're totally right.
It is very spectacular. Just how far it drops, and even like the top drop is a gargantuan waterfall.
Yeah,
and then that's before it even drops like several times.
How it starts in that canyon too.
And then even after the put-in, there's another huge waterfall.
I think it was so cool how
Like
after all of that,
it is.
we're just rewarded with like fiddleheads and just a fish slam fest and a huge fry. Well, folks, that's all she wrote. We are back at Naturally Superior Adventures. I can see our vehicles. The trip's over. Another great one in the books. With another awesome trip in the books, it was time to get home. We had a lot of work to do around the homestead, and with back-to-back week-long trips in remote areas, it'd been a while since I really spent any quality time with Tori and the kids. We needed to plant Three Sisters vegetable gardens, create fertile soil, build a shed, and do other work around the house to get it ready for the growing season and for the summer. We were already behind schedule because it had been an early spring and the weeds had started overtaking our garden. We needed to pull those out, lay down cardboard boxes, throw in mulch. We wanted to create a nice access way, building a path up to our vegetable garden and plant many other things. So we had a lot of work to do if we wanted to grow any significant amounts of food come fall. After the long drive home from the Superior North Shore, Tori and I rolled up our sleeves and started to get to work.
Come on, be brave. That's it. Hudson the Brave. Yeah!
If you get things planted much later than June 1st, you might not have enough time for those vegetables to reach maturity to grow any real amounts of food. And if you plant much before that, you risk exposing it to frost at our latitudes. With weeds completely overtaking our area, we had to dig a lot of them up and lay down mulch.
This fun?
No, it's bumpy.
Bumpy? Okay, and we're going to shovel out all the dirt we made from all the rotted vegetables. 1, 2, 3. Good job.
It's a Bible.
Huddy, wait, are you leaving? Well, Huddy's decided there's too many bugs down here for him, and I think he might be right.
Before planting the gardens, we bought some more soil and we mixed up manure with triple mix and potting soil to give nutrient-rich soil to the plants.
This is corn seed, and basically corn are just dried out kernels. I am using some smelt as fertilizer. Tori and I, we go smelting every year, and we save some for fertilizer. So what I do is I take one of the smelt and I bury it underneath the corn kernel. Sometimes I'll take a couple, a great little bit of nitrogen to start off with. Tori put a lot of mulch down here last year, which kind of helped, but all the weeds grew up through it. So what we're gonna do this year is put down cardboard, then put the mulch on top. You could even use like a tarp, but that won't biodegrade eventually like cardboard will.
Tori worked hard at planting peppers, lettuce, and tomatoes on our front porch using grow bags.
Yesterday I did not have a lot of energy, so after weeding as much as I could, I had to take a break. Anyways, today I planted a bunch of veggies that we typically plant up here on our upper porch. It gets a lot of sun. So I've done green peppers, jalapeno peppers, lettuce, kale, spinach, and then a bunch of tomatoes and some cucumber. I know the lettuce, spinach, and kale don't need a ton of light, but as far as convenience goes for just grabbing some greens for dinners and things like that, I thought it'd be nice to just have it kind of close to the kitchen, which hopefully it'll work, I don't know. And I've put everything on the outside of the porch this year. Last year I put some here along the wall of the house, but it was just, there was too much shade for what we had planted there. So this year, hopefully this helps, having it on the outside of the porch, it'll get more sun.
We're just putting on some aged cow manure here into this bed because I feel like I planted the seeds but I didn't get enough fertilizer in it, and you know, we grow corn in these, and corn really eats up a lot of nitrogen. In the Three Sisters garden, the beans, they actually take nitrogen out of the air and they put the nitrogen back in the soil, but still, corn takes a lot. You can use your hands, honey. You want to use your hands? Two hands, two hands. That's it. Well, I'm just planting some perennials, not that I dug up, but that I bought at the store. So here we're planting Glamour Girl. So this is tall garden phlox. And this pollinator is called Kobold Gay Feather. So we're planting a little gay feather here.
It's pretty good.
Okay, well, big day today and really hot. It's just almost, I think, 31 degrees Celsius with the Humidex. And man, it kind of sucks the life out of you when you're working hard, but I still managed to get a good amount done. Tori and I built a little mini bridge using a pallet this morning over the ditch here. And then I laid in a bunch of flagstones. I planted potatoes, I planted onions, and I planted carrots. And then when Tori got back, she kind of basically picked up the flagstone work,
Made another little staircase going through these trees up to the road, but I'm gonna have to trim those trees off there. For one, they're gonna get too close to the hydro line soon, but also because they're starting to put some shade on the garden. North and south is this way, so they're not in a terrible spot. But I noticed last year my corn was fighting with them, and my corn ended up really high. And some of the cobs weren't fully developed, I think because the corn was taking its energy to kind of beat the trees. So I'm gonna basically like hedge them. So I'm just gonna take them down. Anybody that knows of a tree that grows in an open field, it grows really wide, it doesn't grow tall. So I'm gonna cut them down at the top. Might look silly at first, but then they'll grow thicker, and yeah, it'll be the perfect amount of just privacy from the road, and it will grow thicker and turn into kind of more like a bush. We also had a lot of other work to do around the house. For example, I somehow punctured one of my 35-inch tires on the truck that needed to be patched, and there was a rapidly accumulating amount of kids' toys and accessories on our driveway. So we decided to put in a shed, which Tori tackled.
There's a lot of stuff going on back here, and we don't really know what to do with it. Our sheds are pretty full of gear and, you know, ATV, snowmobile, things like that. So bikes, strollers, wagons, kids' toys, all of that is just kind of stored under this really crappy shelter that I built a couple years ago. So we finally splurged on a 6x6 storage shed that we are going to assemble today and put in the front of our house. It should kind of match our house. And store everything in there. So that is what I'm going to work on today.
And there is the culprit. Using my Cold Steel commercial series fillet knife because it's the sharpest blade I got. Now it being late spring heading into summer, sometimes we had those perfect days, and although the water was still pretty chilly, we had to spend some time hanging out down by the river at our property to swim and just cool off and relax after putting in some hard days of work on the garden. It's always good to make time and respect the place that I'm lucky enough to live and just really spend some good time with the family.
It's a good life.
Places are all in who you share them with, and it's life, and the point is enjoying who you share it with. Joy is who you share it with.
Well, we made it to our new camp. Man, it was a lot of work getting everything together because we're more or less moving in. There's a few things here, but a ton of stuff to take. And we brought all out in a full boat load and we drove the boat out here some 23 kilometers to our place. It just felt awesome to see the place for the first time when it's actually ours.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Good job, bud.
You want to play? Oh.
Well, we're going fishing. So hot, too hot to like do anything other than chill on the beach today, but it cooled off a bit. It's probably about 6:30 now, and we're heading out to a place where a tributary pours into the lake, and we think that might be a good spot to fish. We'll see. There it is, hon. Waterfall. Well, we found what turns out to be an epic waterfall. I knew there's waterfalls here. I didn't realize it poured right into the lake. And we're gonna try to get within casting distance of the falls and take some casts in here, fish for bass and pike, essentially. Okay, we're gonna throw anchor soon, eh? Oh yeah! Woo! Whoa! Yeah!
Nice!
There we go. Fought pretty good. I thought it was bigger at first, but there's a little bass. Lift it in, lift it in! Sweet, yeah! I gotta tighten my drag. Yeah! You're crushing it. Oh, that's a big one net. Oh, bring it over this net. Yeah! That's the biggest one for sure.
Yeah!
Let's get back to our new house.
Let's get back to our new house.
Waterfall.
A waterfall? Did you wake up to see Mommy and Daddy with a whole bunch of fish? How about you, bud? Hey. There is a pretty nice looking stringer of bass. Not bad for our first time fishing our new lake. Nothing huge, but some good size ones and a lot of numbers and all good eaters. So pretty amazing. Gonna have a big fish fry tonight.
Did you catch a fish? Good job!
Yeah. Okay, throw it back. Throw it back in the water. Good job, bud. Yeah! Huddy, 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 huddy.
High five, buddy.
Good job, bud. Come here, put it by the fire.
It's so milky.
Oh my goodness, Hudson.
Next round's gonna be money.
Might be a little hot. Take a little test bite.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a solid 10K each way in the motorboat and then a good distance to paddle to explore a large lake that looks really beautiful. So we've located the mouth of the creek here.
This log. Oh yeah, it is. Wow.
Good. Well, so far so good, and yeah, we're making our way in here, no problem. Could have just driven the boat in, it looks like, actually. And here it is. That was easy, eh, honey?
Yeah.
No portaging, no beaver dams.
Great. It is like peak heat right now.
I could jump in. Oh, there's a tank to your left. To your left. See it?
Yep.
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Throw your line in here, right off these rocks.
Oh yeah, there's one. There it is. Whoa, it's a pretty good one.
Right over.
Wow. Can you believe we have a cottage here?
No.
Is this real? Can you believe that I just woke up in the middle of the night and found this place?
I know, right? Crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Look at Daddy.
Whoa.
You would jump from there?
If it's deep enough underneath, I would.
Look at.
Wow, so beautiful.
Probably is if you jumped out far enough.
What a huge lake. Holy.
Look at. I wanna look.
Well, it looks like in this bay there might be a beach because it looks like there's
straight ahead.
Yeah, oh, okay, perfect, yeah. Are you kidding me?
I know.
I just feel like crying.
Mommy, look at.
Look how beautiful those cliffs are, eh, honey?
Those cliffs.
Awesome. Wow, what an absolute treat. We knew this lake was going to be pretty, but we didn't know it was going to be just insanely awesome. Just rugged cliffs with overhangs everywhere. Yeah, amazing fishing. It's hard to, we're just kind of fishing for bass, maybe the odd pike, because that's about all we can muster with having the kids. They don't really have the staying power to like troll for lake trout and stuff like that. And also just bass is usually the fastest way to catch dinner too. But yeah, this is really beautiful. So we're just gonna pick a spot and pull over and have a bite to eat and maybe take a dip. But yeah, this is really epic.
Good job. Okay, be very careful because it's steep.
Just always think about where you are and think about being safe, okay, Hudson? We stopped to eat lunch by this pile of what I think is bear poop. Well, maybe it's not bear, but because there's so many fish guts in it. But whatever dug all this up? Yeah, it could be otter or something. Very good job, Hudson. Just finishing up lunch here. Tori made these delicious wraps. What's in it again, Tori?
Hummus, cucumber, tomato, salami.
There's a couple fish just cruising by here. That one's a decent size, look. Got it. Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Of course you can.
It's wet. It's wet. It's wet.
Yeah.
It's wet. It's wet.
Okay, touch it. Want to kiss it? Kiss it. Okay, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Just sight fishing from shore here on our little lunch break spot, and managed to come up with this nice size smallie. So I think we're gonna take that one home for dinner. What do you think? We're gonna clean it and eat it.
Do not drop the paddle in the water.
Hey, that's the meat. That'd be so fun snorkeling here.
I bet.
The water's so clear.
Jump really hard on me.
There's that little kiddo.
There you go, buddy.
Okay, we're pushing off. Awesome little bit exploring this lake here, and beautiful lunch spot.
Look at Mommy.
Wow.
Look at that crevice going up he's pointing out though, eh?
Wow, yeah.
Now you look at all the fishies.
Okay, got one here.
Got one there.
Feels pretty decent. Oh yeah. Oh, pike. Keep? Not that big. A pike. First Matt and end up pike. There's a little pike. Nothing to write home about, but pretty nice fish. Digging hard, push. That's it. That's it. No, get that paddle in the water and push the boat forward. Now we go back this way. And then you pull back.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me do that.
Okay.
Just around the bend, buddy.
Do you see the boat? Do you see the boat through there?
Yeah.
And there it is.
Successful adventure.
Follow the whole toad.
That's right. Isn't that awesome?
There's a bug on the
So I've never seen that before in my life. Touch him. Touch his tail. Go on. Good job.
Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our philosophy, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. Let me go on it.
Why is it hurting?
Box, boy.
So now that we're here, you're probably wondering who the heck is watering all our vegetable gardens that we spent so much time planting and preparing and all that kind of stuff. And it was a big concern for us, of course, if we're all leaving for a week, 10 days at a time and longer potentially in the future, how are we going to also manage the little homesteading operation we're going on with the Three Sisters gardens and all the other peppers and tomatoes and everything we're growing at home, because it's all going to be a waste of time if it's not watered. So we came up with a plan for that, and before leaving we put in an off-grid drip irrigation system. Check it out.
So we got this solar automatic watering system. It's an irrigation system from Lee Valley. We actually got two. We're gonna set one up here where all these vegetable gardens are, and then set one up on our back porch where we have all the other veggies in the pots. So we've just set up our rain barrel, and then we're gonna try to figure out how to set this up. It looks pretty straightforward, but who knows? Face it the other way.
Pull this sucker up.
So we got the irrigation system laid out in these two raised beds, and I'm gonna put the other one on the other side. I have another big rain barrel I'm gonna haul up here. Same thing again, and that's gonna hit this raised bed, the small planter box, and the grow bags. Each of these solar powered pumps can run 24 different drips, and you don't have to have a drip directly at each plant. So what I've done here is I've put quite a few in these two boxes. I've maxed out the 24. I might even cheat it a bit and go with like 26. So yeah, it's all working out. A little bit of figuring off the hop when we started going, but it's just been pretty fun to get it going now. So yeah, awesome little system this is. And it'll run automatically on the drip every 3 hours or so. Well, I just planted the beans, pole beans. I planted them close to the corn. Now that the corn's got a head start, the beans will grow up the corn stalk, and that's one of the reasons it's called a Three Sisters garden, because all these foods help support each other. The corn provides something for the pole beans to grow up, and in turn the beans provide nitrogen to the corn. They actually take nitrogen out of the air, store it in the roots, and replenish the soil with nitrogen when they rot for the next season. And corn needs a lot of nitrogen, and in turn the squash, it actually grows along the bottom on the ground, and its wide low leaves block the sun from allowing other things such as small weeds that rob nutrients and whatnot from the plants you want. So ideally you plant your corn first. When it's about 4 to 6 inches tall, you plant your beans, you give it a bit, then you plant the squash. I'm just gonna plant the squash and the beans at the same time because I kind of have to. So hopefully the beans get a bit of a head start, and usually they're faster growing than squash too. So yeah, really excited to see how this turns out. Last year we had great luck with our Three Sisters garden, and this is the first time I've done an irrigation system, so I hope I have it dialed in enough to be successful and have a lot of delicious food. So today we're thinking we want to go back and explore into another lake right in this area that might have some good fishing, just to check it out too. So
Can I go that way?
no, we got to go this way. You see the big cliffs? That's where we're headed. Keep your eyes peeled for the Portage trail. There might be like a snowmobile trail. Well, Tori spotted the trail. We're gonna go try to find another lake, Hudson, on an adventure to explore. Okay, North, in the boat. Stay, stay.
I'll stabilize it. I'm gonna sit. Okay.
I'm gonna catch a big fish.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Oh, she's got one. Looks like a good size. Woo!
A paddling.
Yeah, you're doing great, honey.
Wes, wanna touch it?
Want to throw it back? Okay, throw it back. Good job. Would you come and camp here with your friends when you're older?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have a big piss up? Think Daddy's gonna catch a big one?
Yep.
Ah, the boy. Think Mommy's gonna catch a big one?
Yep. They fly away.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. I got the net out if you want. Oh! Yeah, you got it. Mommy caught a tank. Yo, that's your biggest. That's the biggest fish yet.
Yeah, that's decent.
Oh, you need the net?
Maybe.
Oh, it's a tank.
Yeah. I think that's a keeper. Let me see it.
Fishing is way better here, don't you think?
Huddy's fast asleep, and we saw what looked like a place to pull over and eat, but we're thinking maybe we just portage back to the big boat, let Huddy sleep there, and we go visit a waterfall to fish and eat by the waterfall.
Yeah, Huddy!
Honey, wow!
Reel it, reel it.
Reel, reel, reel!
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
I got one. I always got one.
Okay, we are back from another day's adventure. Everybody had fun. Huddy had a blast catching fish. Wesley slept. And another successful day exploring this new terrain. Anyways, all this fishing action means that it's time for a fish fry.
Where are you taking?
Huddy, you want to tell the camera what we did today?
Cold shoulders.
All of it, boy. Spin it around. Okay.
Huddy.
Huh?
How yummy is this fish, Huddy?
Go.
Pardon me?
Probably good.
Very good.
Probably good. Hooray.
Is that good or what?
So, hi Dale.
Hi there.
Thanks, Mom.
Careful.
Can you put eggies on my big one?
Okay. Come on, like this. Cut like this. Okay, ready? Super bite.
Everybody's going home. Ow! Ow!
Buddy, what was the most fun thing you did at our new house?
Wow! Look it! Wow! Wow! I really like the shorts!